Spencer, Hornchurch, a tough, uncompromising team, very professional. Play a long ball game, a game that you could have won but nearly lost.
I think overall points probably about right. Again, they've come like the last two sides to come here and pack the midfield and made it very hard for us, and we didn't have the quality to open them up. I didn't think it was a particularly good first half performance. I don't think they hurt us either. A second half I thought we started a lot better. We made a couple of tactical switches. I thought we were much better at the start of the second half, but then we've conceded an absolute kamikaze goal. I mean, both centre-backs are at fault from what I can see. It's a shocking goal. And give us a little bit of credit, we got back on and I think we could have won it, but I also say that they were dangerous on the counter-attack. It was a small step forward, and we are in a blip of form, but at the end of the day we haven't got beat and we've got to take the positive from that. But it was a very tough game against a very physical side, and I didn't think we got really much protection. I thought that from the officials, I thought there were some very dubious decisions against us, and we got bullied a little bit around the park, which can happen when you've got a young squad. But overall it's not a disaster. We got a point and we move forward to another very difficult run of 5 away games, starting with Billericay.
Yeah, as a manager it must be terribly frustrating, because you get yourself into good positions, particularly today, and they seem in the box to take that extra touch and get themselves shut down.
It's a lack of confidence at the moment. We do have a blip. I'm not surprised. I'm not going to go harping on about the situation this club finds itself in, but it was a very, we are lacking confidence at the moment. It was, where's the next goal going to come from? Really glad, and it was good that it came from Richard. But ultimately, it's a tough time for us at the moment. We've got to dig through it, and I do think we've been very inconsistent since the turn of the year, Christmas time. We've had some very good results, but we've also had some very poor results, and it has been coming really. But we've got to dig our way through it. So we didn't get beat. It wasn't a great performance, but we certainly deserved the point, and on another day could have sneaked it. But ultimately, we'll just move on to the next one.
Going on to Richard Pennicat, your 6'3" striker from Fulham, loanee. He's given an extra dimension to your game. He certainly did in the second half when he came on.
Yeah, I thought he did well. I mean, he's just gone and played 6-7 games in the Conference Prem, so he's a player that knows what this level's about. And we do need something a little bit different, and we are a small side, so he's given us something different. I thought he did quite well. I said I thought both their centre backs did very well, and the big lad in the centre of the park, and it was a positive start for him. We do need to try and freshen the squad. It's very difficult. We have no money. I've had to let another 2 players go this week, and we're very grateful to the clubs that are letting us having players for no money whatsoever. It's not ideally what I'd like to do, but we have no choice at this football club, and it really needs to wake up to the situation that we're in.
This one could be a tasty encounter. We were all there at Billericay a few weeks ago, and when the referee called the game off at 20-2, when really clearly it should have been called off the night before, or certainly early that Saturday morning. And your opposite number, Craig Edwards, who's not the quietest of managers, certainly accused you of bending the referee's ear to get it called off. So how are you going to approach this game? Because it could be a feisty affair.
I don't think it make any difference about being feisty. I think it would have been feisty if we were going there in the second week in August. It's a very difficult place to go. I'm not interested in what happened weeks ago. It's all about what happens on Tuesday night. They've got a formidable home record. They play a certain way. It's certainly not the way I like to play football, but it's the way they're playing, and they've had good success. They've got themselves into this division, and first and foremost we'll have to match up to the physicality and the long balls and the long throws which are going to be bombed into our box. But we will try and play football, there's no doubt about it. It's a very difficult match for us, but we will go there and we will try and be positive. It's a very difficult trip on a Tuesday night, and fingers crossed we can go and get something out of the game.
It's all credit to you, because Farnborough generally always play football. They're nice to watch. They like to get the ball down. But I mean, you're going now to Billericay. You know what the pitch is going to be like. Even in the middle of August, I should think it's like it is in December. And they're going to knock the balls long, and they're going to shut you down like Eastbourne. So I mean, how do you prepare the players for an onslaught like that?
Well, we've just talked about it briefly, and we'll talk about it some more on Tuesday, but we know what's coming. We're going to have to stand up, we're going to have to belie our age and our experience, we're going to have to stand up and be counted, and when we get the ball we're going to have to use it with some quality, and we are lacking a little bit of confidence at the moment, but we're a very good side, and overall looking at the season, we've had a very good season, and people can be a bit critical the last couple of weeks, but I think they're losing track of reality, and the attendance on Saturday again was very, very disappointing, and it's very tough times for Farnborough. Lots going on off the pitch. It's not positive, and the team have done their very best all season, and we will do our very best on Tuesday night at Billericay.